I want to say what a pleasure it is to be back here in Jarrett and Saunders community. I was here a year or two ago and I love the vibes, and I'm just grateful to each and every one for coming out and being part of the PNP movement back into government so we can save Jamaica. It is a very vital constituency that we are in now, Eastern St. Andrew. I was born in Eastern St. Andrew. I grew up in Eastern St. Andrew, right over the hill there, down the other side, right beside Angola and Augustown and Hermitage, College Common. My father was a professor of orthopedics, bone specialist at the University of West Indies, and I grew up right there and until I was an adult. So I have a special place in my heart for Eastern St. Andrew. And it is very important to me that we bring home this constituency, because I don't see a path to victory for the PNP in the next election which doesn't include Eastern St. Andrew in the winning column, so that you have a PNP MP to look after your affairs here in Sutherland-Duncan.
Now the fundamental difference in approach in policing between the PNP and the JLP is that we believe that sustainable success in policing must be built on a foundation of trust with the communities. This is why when we were last in office, we de-emphasized the militaristic style of policing. There were some communities that the only policing they knew were police from mobile reserve or soldiers coming through, jumping out, scraping up a lot of youth off of the side of the corner and carrying them back to some station or the other for processing. A lot of them ended up getting criminal records for ganja spliff, and that marginalized their opportunities, or put it this way, that put them on the margin of the economy, because so much people, once you have a criminal record, you can't get work at bank, you can't get work at this place, you can't get work at airport, you can't go farm work, overseas employment, you can't work many places in government and so on. So one of the radical things that that administration did.
And the PNP has a good track record of delivering housing for people. So we have Portmore, that was built by the People's National Party. We have Operation Pride, which although it had some problems, it delivered titles to over 50,000 Jamaican people who were formerly so-called squatters on land that was and didn't have any infrastructure or amenities. And we intend to finish those Operation Pride schemes that were left incomplete. We intend to finish them, and other communities which need regularization so that people have security in them land and a way forward, we're going to deal with it too. But on the housing price and the housing costs, we are working hard on developing solutions to that issue. And this is one of the things that I am not going to go into any detail about right now. But I can tell you that affordable housing is a critical thing and is one of the mainstays of our policy going forward. You know, I represent a community where it was transformed because of affordable housing. From what was originally Trench Town, you know, which was an area where Ghost Town and all of that, and where PNP built the community of Arnett Gardens, which has enabled people to have titles to their home and much better standard of living.
What is interesting is that in this constituency, in 2013, I believe it was a Monday night, I recall, we were at executive, and Comrade Andre Hilton, who was then the PNP MP here, called me and said, beg you, Minister, come up to Augustown. They were stoning, the people were stoning the police station, and he was worried about the situation. We went up there, we learned that some police, a curfew, the community had been under curfew for like 1 year straight. but it wasn't enforced consistently. Just the paper sign up, but sometimes the police enforce it, sometimes they don't. So shopkeepers would open after 6 because that's when the people coming home. And the people want to buy a little something to go home and cook dinner or whatever. And one evening, one of the elders, one of the shopkeepers who was considered elder, was roughed up. Bobby was roughed up. And the whole community decided, say them now stand for that. And them start storming the police station. And we went up there and we had the following night or the Wednesday.
Starts with the role of social transformation. And it's really just about that, right? Social transformation is about how we're going to transform your life and help your youth them to find the right path. So the approach that we want to take, which is similar to the approach that in STAR, is a family-centered approach. When we go and work with somebody, not we work with one person, we work with the whole family. We work with the youth them, with the mother, with the grandmother, because the problem don't come in one, because the whole family experience the problems together. As you say, as a parent, it's not just about helping you as a parent to be a better parent, but also helping you to earn so that you can support your family. And as a youth, when you come up, how to navigate the pathways, all of these things that will be put in place that have the opportunities. Sometimes it's not easy to connect with it because you don't know how. So when we put in that army or that group of social workers that will work with you individually, help you navigate your path and plot out your path, because everybody don't have the same need, everybody don't have the same want. So it's about how your family will move up together. Yes? And so when we do that, the family-centered social worker don't just deal with parenting, they don't just deal with getting jobs, they deal with education, they deal with your opportunities, and make sure, and deal with your housing, and make sure your life.
Passionate speech that what you're saying is real, you know? And it is what I was talking about and what Comrade Peter Bunting was talking about, and Comrade Patricia also, about the need for an approach to policing which is based on serving and protecting and building a relationship of trust. So we have to go work with those police in the hierarchy to make them understand that we want the signals to be sent right through the force so that we don't have this issue which has been going on for far too long. You know, and the truth is sometimes, you know, they have their own complaints about how people behave towards them as well. So, you know, two hands, one hand can't clap. But as you have said, you, the citizens, just want to have a respectful relationship, a relationship that isn't based on disrespect and antagonism and unnecessary aggression and use of force. And I think the culture of the police force needs to embrace that philosophy so that if the people say to the police, yes, we're happy to see you. You make us feel more comfortable. You make us feel safe in our community. And we will work with you to make our place continue to be a safe place. That is where we want to get to. So it requires the right mindset and the right leadership and the right signals being set from on high so that everybody through the force knows.
I went and spoke to the police. Because of that, we were able to get an apology, both for the young lady with the behavior, because we were behaving a little bad, and then also for the police. And not only did we get the apology, the police fixed back the chicken come. Then fix it back. So with dialogue, with an effort to represent, we can possibly change. We can't say we can't change them, you know. But you can at least make an effort to have a conversation. So there is another possibility outside of hard policing and dissing up the citizens. Because we don't have to live so. We can live good. We can live with love. Right? No, so? So we have to work it out together. Right? But we have to listen to each other and we have to make it work together. Right? But know that if you were in a PNP government, you wouldn't have to be having this conversation. It's a different conversation we're having.
So I just want to end by again saying enough respect and I give thanks to each person who came here tonight to be part of this. I hope you found that it building a conversation that we can continue from time to time. I hope you feel energized to support the People's National Party as we go into this next election. Because this constituency, as we know, is one of the constituencies that goes both ways. And we want to make sure that Comrade Patricia comes in as your Member of Parliament. And you have a major role to play in that. We want to make sure that you give her the fullest support. And I want to say, are you ready to ensure a PNP victory in this constituency? Are you ready? Are you ready? All right, blessings. We are ready to serve. Give us a chance. Let us work together to make it happen. One love, comrade.
Fight for his own native land, land of